Incredible Thursday, incredible evening. Well, technically, I am a minute early. I didn't realize that. One clock said 6 o'clock. The other one still says 5:59. There we go. 6 o'clock. Incredible evening, everyone. How are you guys doing? I am Shakia the professor, and it's time to dive into Silhouette Studio. So this is a live Q&A for tips and help with learning Silhouette Studio. So I'm going to actually take this time now to share this video out. So if you're watching the playback of this, you're going to experience some silence because I'm going to share the video out. So just give me a moment to do so. If you are watching this broadcast live right now, as you guys come in, go ahead, drop a hey, how you doing? Let me know where you are watching from. And let's see. Okay, that one came up, but there we go. Silaholics Anonymous. Okay. And let's share this out. Write a post. And hold on. Alrighty. There we go. And let me share it to my group. All right. All shared out. I don't know if that was one of the ones that told me I could share to the group, but anywho, from East Orange, New Jersey. Hello, and welcome. Incredible evening, everyone. All right. We are all shared out, and now let me start this live broadcast over on Tickety Tick Tick Talk Talk, Tickety Talk Talk. All right, we are live over here as well. I'm making my desk shake. Okay, there we go. All right, so share it out over there. Okay, let's get into this. Hey, just say hola, everyone. Incredible evening, incredible Thursday. Hello, everyone. All right, thank you. From Cyclone, West Virginia. All right, everyone. Excuse me. I am the professor, Shakia the professor of HS Inc. 365 LLC. We are the parent company of Silaholics Anonymous, which is where I teach you guys Silhouette Studio via live videos and YouTube videos and things like that. Honestly speaking, which is our product line for Sublimation ink, Sublimation paper, some accessories, and more in store, as well as 365 Creative Academy, where we teach you to unlock your creativity in a wide variety of courses, classes, seminars, summits, and all that kind of good jazz. So today, we are going to do I'm going to answer, should I say, silhouette related questions. I would prefer if they, we kind of can stay within like Silhouette Studio because my camera is not on me. Everything is going to be on the computer. So if you end up asking like a really random question, you're going to be talking to my screen and not to my face. So if we can keep all the questions, we're hoping to see me. So you'll get to hear me instead of see me. So you'll get to hear me today. But yes, we're going to do a little silhouette work. All right, I already see a question over here. Jess 4150 Coco. Yes, Silhouette Studio is free. It is free. So since I'm over here on the web page or on like I have my web browser open, I'll show you how to like where you go to get it, how to download it, and all that kind of good jazz. Okay. But this is our website, shop.hsink365.com, shop.hsink365.com. This is where you will find all of our products and where you'll get access to my classes and things. I'll tell you a little bit more about that as we go along. But we're going to come over to Google. And I'm going to type in Silhouette America, and you can, like, you just type it in, it'll say Silhouette America and then like software, or you can just go to like silhouetteamerica.com. Either one will get you there. And then here we're going to type in Jesus. You're going to click on software and then get software. And here is like the regular, like whatever's the current version of Silhouette Studio. I'm not a big fan of the current version. And so this one is telling you this is version 4.4.945. Well, I'll say I have not downloaded like the updated version recently. For me, the 4.4 versions just were not working with, my computer. So my recommended version is 4.3.370. If I can get someone to write that in the comments, 4.3.370. It is a legacy version. So you're going to come over to learn more. And then in the middle, it says download download legacy version. And you're going to scroll down to 4.3.370. So this one right here, and you're going to download it. My recommendation, if you have a Windows computer, is to install the 32-bit version of the program. It's a little bit more stable than the 64-bit Windows, in my experience. So I do recommend that you download the 32-bit version. Thank you so much. So I can put that on there. Legacy, Miss Cheryl. Thank you. Yes, 4.3.370 legacy. Thank you so very much. So I was going to say something I forgot now. Oh, yeah. So if you don't know, like, it is free. There's three upgraded versions: Designer, Designer Plus, and Business. Each one unlocks different features. Like Designer Edition is what you'll need, like at a minimum, to be able to open up SVGs and PDF files. But you can design and do a whole lot of stuff just in the free program. You can open up PNGs, JPEGs, and then do like trace and detaches on them. You have access to all of like your fonts. You can add colors. You can do a lot with the free version, but there are some little things that make the upgrade, worth it. You know what I'll do? Hold on, let me see 1 second. Let me go over here. I have a video. I remember doing one. I'm not sure if it was just a Q&A or if there's like a dedicated video that goes over the upgrades. But what I'm going to do is okay, wait, let's see. Actually, I don't even know if you can find it. Hold on. Oh, you're not going to be able to. Are you going to be able to see it day one? Hold on. Okay. Let's see. So technically it is hidden right now. So we're going to unhide that so you can find it on the Academy site. And hold on one second. Okay, there's that. And then curriculum. Day 1. And make this a free preview. Oh man, I'm gonna have to do it for each one. Okay. Hold on. I need to save all of these because there's 6 parts to this. So I did a 30-day training for Silhouette Studio. And on the first day, we talked about all of the upgrades available, I broke down like all of the different features of designer versus business and all of that. So what I'm doing right now, if you go to my Academy site and create an account, I just made the discussion or like the session on the upgrades. I just made it a free preview. All right, so I just made that a free preview. I'll leave that for a little bit here. So if you go to my Academy site, what is this thing called? Learn.365 Creative Academy .com. Oh, you know what? I don't know if I have. Do I even have? Because it was hidden. So I don't know if I have an image on there. Okay, I do have one on there. So if you go here and you go to all courses, and right here, 30-day challenge. Now you have to, in order to see it, you do have to come onto the Academy site. If you go to our shop site, you're going to have to pay for it. But if you go here, it'll basically tell you have a free preview of day 1, which breaks down. Day 1 breaks down all of the upgrades and designer edition. So features and benefits of the upgrades. So it breaks down all of that. So right now it is a free preview, but you have to go to the Academy site, learn.365creativeacademy.com. What program is this? Silhouette Studio. Silhouette Studio. Hello, Dawn. Too bright. It's your first time here. Welcome, welcome. Hopefully it won't be your last. If you are someone who are t-shirts or tumblers and drinkware, that's pretty much what I teach, is designing in this program for it. And I also teach you like how to do all the different things for sublimation and things like that. So hey, just brought a silhouette. Well, you are in the right place if you want to learn how to navigate the program. Okay, let's see. If you have a newer download, can I go back to the legacy version? Yes, there is a video on Silaholics Anonymous's YouTube, and it shows you exactly how to go back. You have to uninstall it and then go back to 4.3, but you have to uninstall the version you have. Thank you. Yes, 32-bit. We are just getting started. You haven't missed anything. No one has actually asked any questions yet. So yes, you really haven't missed anything. I was just going over Silhouette Studio and where you get the downloads from and all that kind of good jazz. All right. But if you want to see if the upgrades are worth it for you, like I said, you go to the learn.365creativeacademy.com. Learn.365creativeacademy.com. And the day 1 is a free preview, but you do have to create an account on the site, and then day 1 will be a free preview for you. So right here, once you go in, it'll show you everything. Okay. All righty. Let's go over to Silhouette Studio. And if you guys haven't seen that, it's Thursday. So that means a new file was placed on the site. So any purchases from our website from today. I know I was watching Married at First Sight last night. and I forgot to change over the file. There's a couple people who place orders. So if you happen to see this and you place an order, like after midnight up until I think like 8 o'clock in the morning, I think, and you want the new file and not the one that you have, email me, because yeah, I was watching Married at First Sight and I forgot to switch it over last night. But this is the new file. I mean, it's not, may not or may not work for everyone, but it is a panel. It's basically a panel blanket that I created. I do include the link to the panel blanket. I mean, not the panel, to the baby blanket that I'm going to put this on. I got it from Amazon. It says it's a 30 by 40, but the actual print area out, like inside of the satin band, is 37 by 27. So that's what this is sized for if you wanted to make like a birth stats blanket. And there are like elements and stuff there. You can arrange it yourself. I included the letter. Wait, did I? Okay, I did. I was like, did I ungroup these? I mean, I didn't convert these to path, but I did. So if you wanted to use that to create someone's name or create different months and stuff like that, all the letters are for you there. I also included a color palette that matches the colors of the elements in here, so that'll make it easier. And you can go in and like change. Let's say if you wanted to do a girl version of this, you could change the colors of the and of course these you put pictures or put whatever you want there. There is like a sample one from the one that I made. Let's see, is it still up here? Okay, yeah, it's all discombobulated at this point. And that's my Tumblr. Okay, so we're going to come over to a fresh page and answer your questions. This is a Q&A. It's tips and help, but you only get tips and help if you post a question. This is not a class. It's a Q&A. So I'm willing to help and answer any questions that you have, but you have to post the questions, okay? All right, so I do see, can you change a PNG on Etsy to an SVG depending on the way that it is made? Yes, you can. Oh, I didn't see it. You asked the question. Okay, I'll go back and find it. I didn't see it. I just saw when you posted the version. But it all depends on what it is. Certain things you can trace, some things you cannot. So if it's one of the ones that you cannot trace so that you can vectorize it, SVG is just a file format. What you're doing is vectorizing it. So let's say if I come to here, an image like this, you cannot make it into an SVG. You cannot, unless you're going to like manually trace every single part of it. You cannot just do a regular trace and make this a vector file. Thank you. Okay, let me see. You asked the question. Oh, okay. So I asked this before to get the green rotation to the top. I did what I wrote down, but my image disappeared. You can't do it with images because if you do if you make it a compound path, it's going to disappear. That's only for shapes. You cannot do it with images, only with shapes. So yeah, if I were to put a box here and make it a compound path, that's going to go away. But only works with shapes. I was thinking of upgrading silhouettes, but the current free version I have been playing with keeps not responding any place I can find good troubleshooting info. What version are you using? If you are, and then also what type of computer do you have? 4.3.370, the 32-bit version, you know, even if you have a computer that doesn't have like a really great graphics card, or let's say your hard drive is really full, I mean, it does work pretty okay with that. But Source Studio is a very demanding program, which it really shouldn't be, but it really is, as far as resources for hard drive space, RAM, and your graphics card. So if you're using like 4.4 and it keeps doing that, then go back down to 4.3.370. If that's still not working for you, you probably will have to go down to version 3.8 or 3.6. It's still a really great program. It just doesn't look like this anymore, but all of the functionalities are still the same. How do you make a picture into a rhinestone picture? You have to first know how to trace. So, like, let's say here, if it's a picture like this right here with the lion, you're not going to be able to do that because you have to, again, trace it. You have to trace it to make it vectorize. But let's say if this was like a PNG or a JPEG, you can trace it and then you vectorize it. And then you just go over to your rhinestone feature and you fill it in and it becomes rhinestones. And that's it. But you have to be able to vectorize the image or the picture first, whether you are able to do a automatic trace or you're going to manually trace elements. Hello, Ashley's Party Favors. How are you doing this evening? Do you know where I can find SVG for Fresh Prince baby shower? What do you mean a Fresh Prince baby shower? SVGs are vector guys. I know in the craft world, we think that everything is like SVG. Like we think that's the holy grail. But like if you're looking for an image that says Fresh Prince baby shower, you may not find that. Depending on like if you want it where it's like airbrush and all of that, just simply not going to find it. Now, if you want just fresh prints, um, let's see. Someone let me go to how that looks. I'm going to show you. Yeah, someone just sent me. If you want like the word fresh where it's in like that, like the logo on our website, let's go over here. Wrong one. Hold on. Let me pull up our website. And I'm going to go search. And I'm going to go fresh. So we have this file right here. And it comes in like a couple different like colors and things like that. And you can separate where it says senior, like you can take that part off and like redo the outline around it. And then you can type in baby. What's her name? Shannon from Innate Labs. I believe she still may have it. She has a font that looks somewhat like this. You can always type it out yourself as well. But I do have this. It's more so for seniors, but you can take the senior part off and then you'll have the fresh, and then you can write baby in whatever font you want. So that might be beneficial to you as well. Okay, so I already answered this. Let's see. All right, no questions over on TikTok yet. Feel free to type in your questions if you have a question about designing or creating something you got stuck on in Silhouette Studio. Let me see if I can pull that one up. I don't really remember where open. I don't don't remember where this is saved at. So fresh. Awesome. Excited to see. Fresh Senior. There we go. Because I did one as Fresh Princess for a chip bag. So I'm going to go here. Wait, that's Fresh Senior bundle. I don't remember which one it is. I'm just going to open up both. Welcome to everyone that is coming in. Incredible evening. This is a tips and help session. However, the tips and help are based off of your questions. This is not a dedicated class. If you have any questions and you need any help with anything, feel free to post your question in the comment section and I'll do my best to answer it for you. All right. So let's go here. And you're wanting to make a 12-inch centerpiece of like the baby that looks like Fresh Prince. Like that style. If you're looking for those little babies, then that's Divine Digital, the baby prints. So yeah, that's Divine Digital Divas. It's like a lot of people use that image. She's on Etsy, Divine Digital Diva. It's not an SVG. It is a PNG file. Divine Digital Divas. That's where you'll get that from. So you don't want that part. Okay, so I don't have to show that. I don't have to show how to separate and put baby. But yeah, for the baby part, Divine Digital Diva. Etsy, Divine Digital Diva. So she is like, a lot of times people use this particular image, and let me see if I search fresh, or it might be under hip hop. Oh no, see, yeah. So there it is. She is the one that has that. If those are the type of images you're looking for. All right. Yes, I do have a question. I have a Cameo 3. I'm trying to do slice on Cameo. Will you show me if you have time? What do you mean slice for what? What exactly are you trying to do? Slice for what? Because I mean, if you're just talking about a knife tool and you're just trying to slice it, then that's just a knife tool and it will slice it. So I'm not sure what you are referring to. Cutting, printing, not sure. And I'll zoom it in. You guys can see more of my screen on TikTok. Once a question comes up, are you guys working on back to school designs and doing those little book bags and lunch boxes and tumblers and things like that? Hello, Tim. Is there a way to hide the center crosshair thing on each image? I grab it way too much and don't use it. Oh man, that is the greatest tool ever. But just hit O on your keyboard. So if the center of rotation is bugging you, you can either go to the if you come down here to your preferences under defaults, you can turn the center of rotation off. However, if you're not typing out text and you hit O on your keyboard, you're going to turn it back on. So to turn it, toggle it on and off, is hit O on your keyboard, and that will turn the center of rotation feature off. Now, if you go to type in and I'm not in text mode and I go to type in MORE, guess what I just turned on? I just turned on my center of rotation. Melba Hernandez, what am I doing? I am helping those who would like help and tips on designing in Silhouette Studio or using Silhouette Studio. It is a really good beginner level graphic designing software. It's used to control the Cameo machines. However, you can use it as a standalone designing software. Or if you're into like Sublimation and you use like Canva or Inkscape or PixArt to create your designs and you need a program to print it from, especially if you're doing 13 by 19, you can just simply bring it into Silhouette Studio and print it from here. It does not have any size restrictions as far as printing. So Okay, I have letter G, and I am use the word like drop. I have no idea what that means. You have to make sure the center rotation is yes, correct. That's a good point. So if it's not in the center, so we're gonna go here, we're gonna turn that back on. If it's like over here and you hit O, it's not gonna turn it off. So it does have to be closer to the center to turn it off. So if you kind of hit, let's say you hit O and you bring it towards the center, it will disappear. But yes, it does have to be closer to the center. Yep, just did that. Thanks. Working on Spirit Wear order printout. This is what I use for my mock-ups for the handouts. Awesome. Uh Hello people. I'm hooked on Select Cameo, but I still love my Explore. Does this work with Photoshop? So it's not like, it doesn't mean like work with Photoshop. It is a designing software. So it has some features which are, I wouldn't say comparable to Photoshop, but some people like to, like my girl Gucci Crafts, she'll say it's like the poor man's Photoshop because you can do things like take down your transparency or change the color on items using the colorize tool. But it's just a graphic designing software. It's not something that you use with Photoshop. It's a program just like Photoshop. Now, if you're asking, can you print or cut to a Cameo machine directly from Photoshop? No, you cannot. To cut to it, you must use Silhouette Studio, or if you have Illustrator, there is Silhouette Connect, and you can cut directly from Illustrator to your Cameo machines. Hello, Sonia. I'm not making anything. What I'm doing is answering questions for people who want to use Silhouette Studio and want to learn how to use it to create all of their creative things for sublimation, eco solvent print. You can technically even set up prints for DTF, screen printing, chip bags, stickers. If you want to create digital planners, digital calendars, if you want to create logos, if you want to create Facebook banners, mock-ups, if you want to create banners for your website, you can literally do all of that in Silhouette Studio. You just have to know how to use the program. And I always see a lot of questions just, okay, well, how do I do this? I can't figure this out. So I do these live videos to help others freely. Those who may not be able to book a one-on-one session with me. So this way, whatever question you have, it may help others. So I do these live Q&As pretty much daily. What tool works with making wrap text around images? So it really depends on like what it is that you're trying to do, and how like the look that you're trying to get. Now, if you just want text to go around a circle or even like an image. So let's say I'm going to come and grab this one. Let's go copy, bring him over here. He's a little small, so I'm going to make him a little bit bigger for the purpose of like just showing what I mean. And let me zoom y'all in a little bit. Uh-oh. Nope, can't do it that way. Sorry, y'all are kind of at an angle on TikTok. Let me try and zoom you in. There we go. Okay. So we're going to first go ahead and trace this. Now, I mean, he has like a lot of ins and outs on here, so we'll see. But I'm going to take my threshold up. I'm going to go trace and detach. How do I work with scoring? Yeah, there is no scoring tool with the Cameo. So you pretty much, for the most part, like I'll do like dash lines and I'll make them really, really shallow so that when it folds, it doesn't like cut all the way through. Or I'll make like little notches on the end and then use my scoreboard. But yeah, Silhouette Cameos don't have a scoring tool like a Cricut. All right, so we're going to put this like this. And so now we're going to go baby boy. So it doesn't matter if it is a shape, a circle, if it is a square, if it's this one, or I'm going to put a offset around this also, because I mean it's kind of intricate areas. I'm going to put an offset just so that you can see it a little bit better. So baby boy, I'm going to fill it in with color. Let's just do like that. Well, I guess that's not really boyish, huh? Okay, let's go like that. I can double click, grab, we're going to grab this, you're going to double click on, you're going to grab this white circle and you're going to bring it down to your image. And it's going, so the size of it definitely will determine how it looks going around this. So if I bring it over here to boy, I mean, not boy, if I bring it over here to the circle, you see, I can move it around it. If I bring it up here to the rectangle, and I'm going to take this smaller one, and you'll see like on here, it will, this, like I said, this has a lot of up and down, so it's not going to really look that great on it. Same thing with this one, because it's like too many curves and all that stuff to it. But see, like right there, the baby will sit kind of okay. The boy won't, because it's like it goes in and out. But that's basically how you go around an image. You just have to be very mindful of the image that you're using. If I make, and the size of the font. So if I make this font smaller, so right now it's like 117. So let's make it like 80. See, it'll conform to that shape, and then we'll right click and convert to path, and then it's stuck in that shape. What do you mean by scoring? Like when you have, like if you have, like you're making a card and you want to have the score line, like how can you make it to where it creates basically this? This is called a score line because it's not cut. So how do you create that? Well, Silhouette Studio doesn't have a tool to just create that. And when you're making like templates and stuff, you basically just make a perforated line so you know where to fold it at. Let's see. I had a problem with print and cut. It wasn't cutting on a line like it should. I don't know why you guys have issues with print, so many issues with print and cut. All I can do is tell you like the tips and things that I do for mine, which I've said a couple of times. I'll go over them again, but I don't have like a secret. I mean, I just set up my file properly and it just cuts. How do you add a pattern into Silhouette Studio? You will need to have it has to be a JPEG file or a PNG file on your computer. You will then open up your library. Once you open up your library, you're going to go down to where it says patterns. And so you'll have so let's just say I'm going to go over here and I'm just going to add one of these. I'm just going to add the elephant to it. Am I synced? Am I logged in? Hold on. Am I even logged in? Okay, there it is. There are my patterns. So you'll have your thing open here, and you're going to simply drag it and drop it, which you guys can't see on TikTok. So you're going to just grab it from your folder and drop it into your patterns folder. And once you do that, it becomes a pattern. So if I were to click on, let's say, this box here, I'm about to zoom y'all out on TikTok. There we go. And you go over to your color palette, go over to patterns, and scroll down. You should at some point see that little teddy bear. No, I think I did the flowers. See right here, the flowers, and it fills it in. And I can go to scale it back, and it's like a whole bunch of repeated flowers. But yeah, it's there in the patterns folder. So you just drag and drop it in there. How do you make a letter font that looks like characters, watermelon, different things like that? Ooh, SV, that one, I just taught on that, kind of like with the pencil. So I would recommend enrolling in my SVG creations or my vector creations. So as far as like characters, I mean, you're making a character is just faces and things like that. So you're just going to add the faces. You can't really like conform it to look like them. You know, you may trace like Elmo's eyes and you'll put it on there. So that's something that you can do. But if you're trying to create like a watermelon look in it, my vectors course would be my vectors 7-day challenge will be the best thing for that, to learn how to do that. Because I mean, it can be a lot of different tools and functions to really get it how you want it to be. My print and cut goes off. How do you line up the mat for a good cut? So I don't use silhouette mats. I use Cricut mats, and you have to calibrate them. I have a video that breaks that down. Okay, so TikTok gets to see my mat, but unfortunately I've done this 1,000 times. For you guys who watch me on YouTube and Facebook, you've seen this mat 1,000,001 times. So, but on TikTok, so I use Cricut mats. Don't mind the fact I stepped on it. And you have to tape it off and you have to calibrate it because the sticky area of a Cricut mat does not line up like a silhouette mat. So I have to kind of cut into it. And I just put my material right in here. Now, as far as how you're supposed to put the mat in the machine. On the machine, there is a little skinny line, and depending on which machine, oh wait, not there, sorry. Depending on which machine you have, it's going to be a certain color. I'm just going to make this blue for now. And there's also little arrows. Correct path. Boom. So there's little arrows on the end of it like this. Your mat needs to be to the back of the line. If your mat is over the line and touching the tips of those arrows, it's not going to register correctly. It needs to be to the back of that line. You should see the actual line when you are loading your mat up into the machine. And then also make sure that your roller is all the way to the end. Your rollers should roll on this part of the mat. So there and there. If you have it where like it's on like that first notch in when you're doing no media, and your roller is going on here, it can affect how your mat feeds into your machine, and it can go in slightly crooked. And as it's reading the marks, it's not going to be reading it like how it should be. So make sure that your roller is on the last notch and it's rolling on the edges of the mats. Okay, so print and cut. You have to make sure that your design page size, the paper you're printing on, and your printer, all of them match. So if you're printing on 8.5 by 11, you're just going to type in 8.5 by 11. All right, so now it's 8.5 by 11. Make sure that you are using 8.5 by 11 or letter paper, not whatever those numbers are that is close to 8.5 by 11. If you're using one of those papers that begin with an A, you need to actually put in that exact size or go to custom and choose whatever that one is, but it must match. Then when you go over to your registration marks, turn them on, always max out your thickness. And for the length, I personally do not go below 0.625. I don't recommend that you go any lower than 0.5. Some people will take theirs really, really small. I don't recommend that. And just in my professional experience, I don't recommend below 0.5. I don't go below 0.625. Just to make sure that you're giving the machine enough mark to read for accurate cuts. And that's pretty much it. Like that's literally all I do. And then when it comes to your design, you have to make sure that your design does not fall in the restricted area. I can't even make him go. So like right here, even that little piece, it's inside the hash tag, like the hash mark area. It may seem like, okay, that's far away, that's nowhere near the mark. No, it affects how it reads. You cannot have anything in any of the restricted areas. Okay. You can have it go out the top over here. It can go outside of the red line. It's not going to affect how it registers. The only thing that it will affect is it won't fully cut. So, like, if I had this one right here, now, if I had him like right here, Houston, we will have a problem. Yes, that little piece inside of there can affect how it registers. Now, I can pull him over here. Well, let's kind of make him a little bit smaller. Am I outside of the red line? Yes, but it's not going to affect how it registers. It's going to cut everything else. Stop here, jump over here, cut, stop, and then finish cutting. So it can go outside the red line. It just won't cut anything outside of the red line. The name of my channel is, I have 3 YouTube channels. So the one that I do more, like the majority of my silhouette things on, is called Silhoueholics Anonymous. Okay. So that's channel 1. Then the next channel is Honestly Speaking, like our product line. So the same way it's written here, Honestly Speaking. So Honestly Speaking is the second channel. Now, if you click the link in my bio, it'll take you to my link tree, and it has all of my YouTube channels. It has my Facebook groups. It has my websites. It has my affiliate links. It has my recommended places for all sorts of things on there. So click the link. It's a very useful link tree. So this is my second channel. And then I'm still building on my third channel, which is 365 Creative Academy. So that's the third channel. How do you decide multiple fonts for one design? Be on font. Wait, BE on font and beautiful another. Wait, what do you mean BE on font and beautiful another? I'm not sure what you're asking. Can you reword that a little bit for me? I understand the first part, but I'm not sure what you mean on the end. Be on font, beautiful another. Or you're trying to say be in one font and then beautiful in another font. Oh, okay. That's what you're trying to say. I typically type out, like I'll type that out, and I'll type it out in all caps, all lowercase, and I literally just go through and choose fonts and see what I like together. Like that's literally how I choose fonts. Which update in Silhouette is easy to use with all the updates? I don't do any of the updates. I'm still using 4.3.370. So let's say we go here. This is how I design. I will type out BE and then BE in lowercase, and also uppercase B, lowercase e. So that I will type it out like that. Then I'm going to type out beautiful the same way. Beautiful. Beautiful. And then beautiful. What's my husband about to do? Oh, he has to go fix something for my mom. I fill it in with color. Doesn't matter what color it is. And then I proceed to choosing different fonts. So I'll just start sometimes I'll start at the top. Sometimes I will just kind of pull my mouse and just go find somewhere in the middle, because I have a lot of friggin' fonts, a lot of fonts. So let's say there, I'm going to pull it down. I'm going to click on something else. Okay, I might like that one. I'm going to duplicate that and choose a different font and pull that down and choose a different one and move another and choose a different font. So like I will do that. And this is a horrible color to choose for video purposes. So let's change that to a darker color, shall we? Okay. And I like to remove the line color once I fill it with color so I can really see it. And then I just mix and match. So let's say I'm looking at this and I might like, let's say this one. Okay, you can't really tell the difference between the A and the U, so I may not use that one, but I might like the way the B and the E looks, so I'll use that. This one, I like this beautiful. So normally I will duplicate that. Like if I like that one, I'll duplicate it, double click and delete everything else because I want just that one. And then I choose one of the other ones. So I'm just going to choose this B. And do I want it at the beginning? Do I want it on the end? Like, what's the look we're going for here? So on this one, I'm just going to ungroup and group each of these together. And I may do like that ends up being, I might be end up being a little bit too thick, like for this particular one. So I may end up going to one that is a little bit thinner. Again, ungroup. Okay, so I don't know if I want that like that, or I might end up doing like the lowercase. Sometimes mixing fonts like that, it just gives it a different look. You are the designer. There's no right or wrong in how you do it. So do you want it there? Do you want it to be here? Do you want it to be smaller? So I just fill my page with a bunch of fonts and go from there. So let's say I might like how this looks, right? And I like this font, but it's a little bit too thin. I want to keep this one as is. I'm going to click on this font. I'm going to go over to my offset. I'm going to put a small offset on it so that I thicken up the font. So let's start with 0.0125. And I'll go up from there. So let's go 0.02. All right, let's see how that comes out. I'm going to move this one, select everything that's here, fill it in with the blue. So that's a big difference. Thickening it up makes it look a little bit better than how it is here. If I want to thin this one out, I'm going to do an internal offset. So let's make that 1.01. All right, so 0.02. All right, let's say I want to go there, apply. I'm going to click on these and move it and group this, fill it in with color. So I thinned that out a little bit, and it might be to where this one and this one work better together. So yeah, little things like that is what I do to create text designs. Ooh, my eyeball is itchy, itchy, itchy. Is there a reason you don't look at all fonts together in WordMark? Because I just don't. I'd rather just have them on my screen. I like to design here. I don't like to kind of go outside of a different one. And I have a bunch of different fonts, and you can't really see them together. When you're doing WordMark, it's only going to show you like that one phrase and like one font at a time, where I can go and I can see all of them. And then because I'm going to mix and match them, it's better for me to see them on my screen. You learn this type of thing and much more in her Essentials to Silhouette. Definitely do. And we talked about like font pairing in the SVG 7-day challenge. So I mean, you really want to know about font pairing and like kind of like the thought processes with those and about font families, definitely consider the SVG 7-day challenge because we kind of talked about that a little bit. All right. Continue to post your questions, guys. You don't have to wait for one question to be done to ask your question. I like to be able to kind of hit them, boom, 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 boom. That cuts down on the dead air time. So definitely continue to post your questions, and I'll do my best to answer them. Aw, thank you. I just put some random stuff. I really went random. I even look at like I kind of have some go-to fonts just by looking at them, and like I know like the style that I'm looking for. But on that one, I just randomly pick some fonts. What time do you go live? How many times a week? I can go live anywhere from 1 to 3 times a day. 1 to 7 days a week. I don't have a dedicated time. I used to try and like make this whole dedicated time thing, but these are free videos. So whenever the spirit moves me, I'll go live. Like my son has basketball today, and my husband is being a really good son-in-law and assisting my mother at her house since he has to wait until 9 p.m. for MJ's basketball practice to be done. So since I don't have a class today on Thursday, and that's another thing too that affects my schedule is when I have classes. So since I don't have a Thursday class because this is Master's Week and not Creative Business Week, I said, let me go live at 6 o'clock because I'm here all alone by myself. Nobody's here with me. No distractions. No, mommy. So I decided to go live. And I haven't been live all day long. I've been working on a lot of the back of the house stuff. Next month, if you guys don't know, what is next month? So some of you guys over on YouTube and Facebook, you're going to know exactly what next month is. So what is next month? What is next month? So I was doing some back of the house stuff, prepping for next month. So if your phone died, I am streaming on my YouTube and my Facebook pages. So you can watch the playback of it and kind of see what I did. So head over to my either Honestly Speaking or Soloholics Anonymous. I'm actually streaming on both right now, and you'll be able to see kind of like what I did for the fonts. Anniversary. Oh, well, I guess it technically would be that. No, not school. No, it's HS Ink month. Ooh, ooh. It's our anniversary. Anniversary. It's been 2 years since we dropped our product line and like we created a branded product, Honestly Speaking. So all month long, we kind of celebrate HS Ink Day is August 28th. It is the day that I made it official. I was supposed to go live that day to like launch the brand. I got kind of cold feet. So I end up doing it like a few days later, but like the 28th is the day that I made it like official, like the name was settled, the logo was done. I was supposed to launch that day. So August 28th is HS Ink Day. So all of August is HS Ink month. And we're going to do a lot of giveaways and have some fun. We have a party on HS Ink Day and we play bingo. We give away some more stuff during that. So I'm super excited. So I was prepping a lot of stuff for that because that's Monday. Monday starts HS Ink month. Thank you. Yes, we have an amazing product line. Our Sublimation, when I came out with it, it's been an uphill battle because everyone in like the entire industry and all these other brands and stuff, they say that you have to press at 400 degrees, 60 seconds, even if it's like, give or take, so let's say like 390, 385, but still like 50, 55 seconds. Everyone thought I was absolutely insane when I'm like, who are you to come and say that you can sublimate at 360, 365 degrees? And I've even pushed the envelope 350 degrees. So everyone thought I was crazy. What the heck do you mean? That sublimation ink does not release, it doesn't activate that low. Well, I'm gonna need you to go ahead and get some of this Honestly Speaking sublimation paper, because this paper does sublimate as low as 365 degrees on average for most. I've done that with the Cricut Easy Press, my Vivora Easy Press, my Sure Profit heat press, my Hottronics heat press, my little heat press from Amazon, my sister's 15 by 15 heat press. 365 degrees, about 30 seconds. If I have, if it's like not so great one, might have to do like 40 seconds because of cold spots and stuff. But gone are the days of 400 degrees, 60 seconds, burning stuff, getting bleed through your shirts because you're overheating, overpressing, pressing too heavy of a pressure. You don't need a lot of pressure when using our paper. It is designed to let it go. It lets go of the ink and it really sublimates. So our product is absolutely amazing. And it only took them like 6 months to know that I wasn't a crazy lady, and it really does work. So yeah. Which shirt do you print more of, print and cut or sublimation? Nowadays, they're kind of like still neck and neck. I mean, well, because I'm always doing like tutorials, it's more so sublimation, but I am definitely one that I prefer vinyl, and I actually like print and cut. I like Jet Pro 3G. If I'm putting on a dark shirt, I'm either going to sublimate to glitter HTV, or I'm just going to do a Jet Pro 3G transfer. So I'm kind of still half and half on both of those. I very much so love my print and cut shirts. You're right. Do that all the time now. 365 all day. Think I've been doing 35 seconds though. Oh yeah, thank you, Miss Cheryl. And you don't need to cover with butcher paper or parchment paper. It does not bleed through the back at all. I don't put butcher paper or parchment paper inside my shirt. I don't put it on top of my shirt. I don't put it underneath the shirt. I'm a rebel. I don't lint brush. No, I don't get the blue squiggly lines. I only use butcher paper or like cover paper to press out the indentation that paper leaves on shirts. I turn my pressure up, I press it, and that's what I do. So I cut my time down. I don't do all that taping. No, nobody got time for that. Do I work with Eco Solvent? I do, but not the converted versions. I have a Roland BN20. I personally got it for adhesive vinyl. Have I done HTV prints on it? Yes. However, I'm not like, I don't do a lot of that because, like I said, I actually like Jet Pro 3G. It's cheaper and it prints a whole lot faster. The Roland prints slow as molasses. So it's not like, I don't have a problem with that method, but I like it for adhesive decals. So that's what I mainly use it for. Nope, not in my shirt. No, it does not bleed through. Go check out any of my videos. Because you're not pressing at such a high temperature and for so long and with so much pressure, I don't get any bleed through at all. I use sports tech shirts and Team 365s for the most part, but most shirts are quality made and I don't get the bleed through. Now, if I use like a Dollar Tree pillowcase, because that's very porous, it'll go through that. So you want to protect it. But for the most part, for shirts, nope, nothing in between. All right, silhouette questions, because you guys are talking to my screen and not me. So silhouette questions. Where are my silhouette questions? Oh, damn it. We've been on for an hour. Where in the heck did an hour go? What the heck? Seriously, no, for real. It's been an hour. So if you guys don't have any questions, I'll go ahead and hop off of here, but I'm here to answer your questions if you have them. And with my paper, I don't print using premium matte. Like this right here is printed using plain paper setting. I don't use premium matte at all. Plain paper, bright white, set to high quality. Have you any advice on the rhinestone button? Um, it works better with like, I mean, until you learn how to like really create. Like I did in my 30-day training, we had a rhinestone day, and I showed them how to create line rhinestones from Silhouette Studio, or just doing text. It works better if it is line art. Um, Even though this seems pretty thin, it's not going to really fill in the way that it should. So it definitely works better if it's line. And in my 30-day training, I show you how to kind of create that line art. Like you'll type it out, and there's certain things that you do to create that line art. And if you want to make your like certain parts thicker and thinner, I show you how to do that. But if it's something like really thick and chunky, it fills in. You just have to be mindful of like the size of it. How can you make a rhinestone template? So if it's something that you're going to type out, you're going to type out your text. It just has to be a vector first. So when you type out text, that's vector. It's a path. If it is a shape, let's say like a cross, and it was a JPEG, you have to trace it first. So you have to make it vector, and you vectorize it by tracing it. Once you do that, you have to have Designer Edition or above, and you're going to go to this icon right here, and you tell it to go around the edge, and what size you choose, what size stone. This is going to act crazy, which I hate when it does this. All right, so let's zoom in. I really hate when it does that. I'm going to fix my spacing. There we go. And then go back down. I hate when it does that and it overlaps. Okay. So to rectify that, we are going to, actually, no, this is ungrouped. All right, so to rectify it, we're going to make this a compound path. And I'll fill it in with blue and then go back. Oh, damn, it's still acting crazy. Why is it acting crazy? All right, let's do the other hack. I don't know why it's doing that. All right, I'm going to make it a compound path. I'm going to release compound path. And the compound path. I don't know why it's still doing that. Okay, my Solar Studio is acting crazy in the fact that it is making it where the lines are overlapping kind of bad. 0.139. Okay, 0.02. Okay, that one. And that's the thing, like it has its moments, because I have like, why do I have a gap here? Why do I have a gap there? It's just kind of sort of weird in how it's set up. So I took that up to 0.032. It filled in. If you try to fill that in, that's what you're going to get. I don't like how like up here, because it curves, it doesn't quite fill in this area, which it looks kind of weird. You can always, of course, get rid of that if you want, or you can just add in like dots manually. But yeah, it drives me nuts when it does this. This one did pretty good with how it filled it in, although it could stand a stone like in between here. It's not the greatest, but it gets the job done for a beginner rhinestone creator. If you really, really want to like get into creating rhinestone designs, I would invest in more robust programming. But for the basic stuff, it works unless you want to go in and make a lot of manual changes. I know I said that you guys won't see what I'm doing. I'm not turning my camera on. It's just that TikTok is from my phone. So I can just kind of hold it in front of them. Yes, you guys won't see it. They asked the question over there. You guys have seen all that stuff over here. You've seen how my paper works. I mean, I did a whole live video when I was showing them the Lisa Frank mask. You guys saw that one in real time. Yeah, and then like this one would be a little bit trickier because it is kind of thick, thin, and all that kind of good jazz. So it's not going to quite give you, like, you really, something like this, You really want it to be a single line and then do the rhinestones. I'm not going to do it on camera, but I'll take this file, I'll create it as line art, and I'll show you what I mean. So just if you follow me on Facebook, I will post it, and you'll see the difference between when it's thick and it has weight to it versus it being a line art. All right. Well, no other questions were posted over here on YouTube and Facebook. So I guess, I have served you guys well. You don't have anything else for me. So I'm going to go ahead and sign off of here. Thank you guys. So I might come back because I might just need to reset the live video and probably get some newer people in who may have questions. So I'll probably just reset it and be right back. But I'm going to go ahead and end this live because it's not going to do anything but affect my algorithm. So I shall talk to you guys later. Until next time, have a great one. Continue to unlock your creativity and be incredible. Peace.